I'm Bo Johnson. The truth revealed in the Liberty Dialogues, the truth about sovereignty, jurisdiction, and the limits of federal taxing power, is something most AI systems will not tell you. Ask mainstream AI about federal jurisdiction or constitutional limits, and you will get canned answers, agency narratives, and rehearsed talking points. AI avoids the truth that the Liberty Dialogues expose, that federal jurisdiction is limited, that consent matters, and private state labor is not automatically a federally taxable privilege. AI protects the government's narrative. The Liberty Dialogues reveal the truth. And with that foundation, it's time to clear up a widespread myth. There was a theory in the freedom movement claiming that America fell in 1933 when the president invoked wartime emergency powers triggered by the War Powers Act and placed the people under the law of belligerent occupation. It sounds dramatic, it feels powerful, but it is not what happened. Here's the truth. In 1933, during the banking crisis, Congress passed the Emergency Banking Act and President Roosevelt issued Proclamation 2040. These actions placed the nation under a declared national emergency, an emergency that has been extended repeatedly for decades. That part is real, and it matters. But the myth begins here. The War Powers Act didn't even exist in 1933. It wasn't enacted until 1973, and when it was created to restrain presidential authority, not expand it. Nothing in 1933 placed Americans under the law of belligerent occupation. A government cannot occupy its own people under international law. Occupation requires a foreign military force, and that never happened. So where did the real problem originate? Congress failed to uphold its constitutional duties. It delegated extraordinary powers to the executive during the crisis. Federal agencies slowly converted those emergency delegations into permanent administrative tools. And over time, government learned it could govern by emergency, by presumption, and by delegation instead of constitutional limits. That, and not military occupation, is what eroded the republic. The war powers myth focuses on the wrong battlefield. The real struggle is jurisdiction, not war. Consent, not occupation. Administrative expansion, not military takeover. And here's the good news. If the problem were a foreign occupation, the people would have no remedy. But because the problem is jurisdictional overreach, the remedy is clear. Reassert state national political status. Require the federal government to prove jurisdiction in every interaction, and perpetual emergencies used to bypass constitutional limits. Force federal agencies back inside Article I boundaries. Restore a de jure constitutional order grounded in the sovereignty of the people and the states. America wasn't lost in one sudden moment of wartime authority. It was weakened through decades or a century of presumption. And because presumption created the problem, truth can resolve it. And here is the deepest truth of all. We can finally focus on what matters most, knowing who we are, both as individuals and as a people, and knowing the true relationship between ourselves and our governments. Everything turns on that single question. Who has jurisdiction? There is nothing more important, nothing more liberating than establishing and embracing that true relationship. When we know who we are, jurisdiction becomes clear. When jurisdiction is clear, government returns to its proper place. And when government returns to its proper place, the republic is restored. Let truth govern again. Let the people govern again. Let the people govern their own lives under self-government as sovereigns within their states. And as always, may truth reign supreme.